take up a new role as chair of the National Police Chiefs Council, the body which is responsible across England and Wales for setting a lot of organisational priorities, representing chief constables, and also coordinating cross police force work. Hugely important role, and I'm delighted that Gavin's going to talk to us today. Will you please welcome Gavin Stephens?
Good afternoon all, nice to see you. It's such a burst of energy to come to events like this. There's so many sort of police and criminal justice discussions at the moment that feel depressing. I guess three key messages, which I'll sort of recap in the slides. But number one, keep it simple. The formal criminal justice system is really complicated, isn't it? We do not want this to be really complicated. We need to keep it simple, keep it achievable for folk. The second thing, I think, is to focus on the people involved and not on the process. Niv mentioned it about relationships. That is definitely something that I've found in my time in it, that if somebody takes an interest in you, I guess we know in ourselves, don't we? If somebody takes an interest in us, says being safe on the front and feeling safe on the back, I think that's the sort of dual responsibility that I've always had in my head as chief. Is that we want people to be objectively safe in a way that we can measure it, but also we want them to feel safe as well. And that goes for everybody involved in this sort of activity. And I think if we've got that in mind, it helps you also to keep what we're doing simple. So where does the Surrey story start then? Well, I've got a phrase that I regularly use that get people back on the right track, a whole range of things. So we effectively just picked up that package of available things and put it right at the beginning of the process. Formed a very small, at the time, central team to put all of the referrals into. We went from children and young people to thinking about those leaving care, to veterans, and then I know you've heard about it from the Surrey Women's Support Centre today for female offenders as well. I distinctly remember going to an event at one of our women's prisons in Surrey and hearing about a case where there was a lady in prison about what might be on offer and what might work, and that brings sort of real strength to the partnership approach in this. The other thing that's really helped is a sort of oversight and scrutiny panel. I always remember going along with one of our inspectors at the very early start of the scheme to. And if somebody wants to take action, they can take action. I've never had any action taken against us so far. It's not to say somebody might not want to make a claim in future, but the reason, I think, our rationale for wanting to do it was dead right. So we stuck with that. And I was interested in the breakout as well. Just caught the end of it when you were talking about. So what happens if there's non-compliance? Well, just over 10% is going back to the officer in the case. For non-compliance. If I'm honest, as the chief, I don't massively take a big interest in what's happening with that. I dare say some of them don't get formal sanctions at the end of it. They're probably, some of them wither away. I'm not too worried about the performance stats associated with that. If an opportunity comes round again for us to do some good work, then we will take it. And I'll probably pause there, Danny, in case there's any time for questions. But thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.